Hello, my Gen Z, elitist Gen Z partners. I'm calling you partners because I want to be part of the kingdom that I'm taking over in this country come 2032. So I'm campaigning. But what am I doing when I'm campaigning? How am I coming to the people? I'm coming to the people in the name of God. The God whose other is the Bible. And he is the same God who authored the Quran. But those people who do not understand what a king is, a kingpin, a person who will be bringing people into a unity, then they want to divide the people in any direction they can. They divide them even on religious matters. Oh, this is a Muslim. Oh, this is a Christian. And even amongst the Christians, oh, this is a Jehovah's Witness. By the way, I was an elder of Jehovah's Witness. This is how I managed to have this book. We shall come to tell you how I disagree with them. And even with the Muslim fraternity, oh, this is a Shia Muslim. Oh, this is a Sunni. They don't understand that the whole purpose of the God of Abraham, one God with one patriarch Abraham, is the source of the two religions. And I'm bringing them to be one. In what sense? In the sense that when Abraham came up and formed the state of Israel in its beginning, even according to the way it was formed into Abrahamic method of Ma'aruf administration. Well, that was the beginning of the Torah, Taurat, as it's called in the Quran. Yes, he came up with a book. What book? The Taurat, the Torah. But you see, this Israeli, the Hebrew people, when they are talking, they don't talk about Torah, but it is Taurat, a Kikuyu word, because they say, oh, Torah. So he came up with Taurat, this book, called the Old Testament by the Christians. And there is a New Testament when Jesus came up. In the Quran, the New Testament is called Injil. They say Injil. It is written like that, Injil. And I have books with which God teaches me using. One of them is the Bible, the Quran, the Kebla Negas. I can call them. And in Kikuyu, the best Kikuyu, when you say a book in plural, you say buku. Buku. So, I am told through those books. So I call them buku ijeri. Buku ijeri. The books which are telling me. So you say, oh, this is the gene of Isa bin Maryam. And I have books which are injeri. You see, the bread of the Ethiopian is called injera. You can see the connection, injera. And the word of God is the food of spirit. It's the injera of the spirit. So these books are telling me, buku ijeri, which are them? Which books tell me? The Bible, the Quran, the Kebla Negas, and many other books, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and many other books. Buku Ijeri, the books that are telling me now what I'm teaching you from, just have been taught from the books. And I was talking in the last video on Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. We found what I am setting up. I am doing exactly, I'm not bringing something new. I'm just bringing something that was there before but was overthrown by the devil workers. Verse 6 says, "For you are a holy people to Jehovah your God, and as you, Jehovah your God, has chosen to become his people, a special property out of all the tribes of the world." Gentlemen, my partners, that's exactly what I'm trying to make you into. A people of God. The Kikuyu have refused me. I'm calling you to occupy their place. And this is not something that I'm doing out of myself. The Injili, one of the books is Injili, that is the gospel. And it says that will happen at the end of the times. What other times do we expect? If it is not for this one, where nuclear America is challenging nuclear Korea and China and Russia. You think it's a play? This will be something very bad. And God is picking you to be a remnant after people are wiped from the safe face of this world with the nuclear bomb. That's a secret I've been given. And I'm telling you today. And why God is taking you as my partner. Now, this one happened when the Old Testament, that time in Jerusalem, and the Quran was not there during the time of Moses. And then, after 1,500 years elapsed, and the people of Israel had forgotten their God, God brought them Isa bin Maryam. You see in the Quran, you see it written Isa bin Maryam. They don't know what is Isa. They just know it is Jesus as called by the Jews. But they know the Jews who call him Jesus. It is the Greeks, the uncircumcised people. And they did not know him very well. And we are talking about the name now, Yeshua, as with a meaning. And when he came, he actually talked to the Israeli people, telling them, "Listen, gentlemen and gentle ladies, I did not come to remove the law of Moses. Neither did I come to contradict what the prophets said. I came to make it stronger." That is, teaching them to go back to what they have been taught. But will the Israelites listen to him? No. They even tried one time to stone him, and they found they were stoning air. One time they tried to push him to fall into a cliff and die, and they found they were not seeing him. One time they tried to get hold of him and nail him on the cross, and they had agreed with Simon or Cyrene. And also Herod had been warned by his wife, "Don't pray with this gentleman." So at the moment Jesus is coming now carrying the cross, there is two things which happened. Simon was nearby because Jesus had placed him there. He had told him to wait for him there, to take the cross for him. And at the same time, these people wanted to confuse these Israelites who wanted Jesus killed by hanging. He says, "Well, Simon, take that cross, and it's an order, Bwana." And Simon was very willing to take the cross. He did not struggle. And when they reached, there was halubalu. If you look at the Bible, the way it says, there was halubalu, people running up and down, soldiers exchanging. So they forgot that the guy who was carrying the cross was actually Simon of Cyrene. They still thought it was Jesus. And hurry of the police. Well, if you're not being arrested by the police of Kenya, you cannot understand the Bible. It is the same constitution of the Roman soldiers. Haraka, they don't even want to get into the back of the car. You have no time even to explain that you are a prophet of God, you are not a criminal. My friend, That's how it was. So that when they reached Golgotha, those carrying the crosses, each one was hanged with those crosses. Simon was hanged. And they say, oh, Jesus died on the cross. Because you do not understand. Because the devil tells you not to agree with the Quran. The Quran says clearly that it is not Jesus they put on the cross. It is somebody else. It doesn't even say it is Simon. Of course, who else would it be? The Christian should know better. And therefore, God speaks to the true Christians also in the Quran.